Chapter 14, The Day the World Stood Still. Tuesday, October 19th, 2:57 p.m. Our first day back at school was somewhat of a success, I'd say. I'm not gonna lie, everything was impossible to focus on thanks to flashbacks of last night constantly showing up throughout the day. That was truly unforgettable. Ever since then, Yuri's been a little more clingy than usual around me. Walking to school in the hallways during lunchtime. I'm not really complaining, though. Lunchtime was pretty fun. It was spent in the classroom like usual. Me and Yuri prepared grilled chicken, green peppers, red onions, and portobello mushrooms that we brought from the grocery store. Not only that, but cuddle time between us was awesome like always. Ah, it's finally time. Carefully placing all my stuff in my backpack, I get up from my seat and leave my math class for the day. Now, if I remember right, Monica said she had something planned for all of us today. Before I can start thinking about what she has in mind, I feel an arm being wrapped around my waist. I look to my right to see who it is.
Hi, love.
Oh, hey you. I show her a happy smile of mine as we continue making our way to the stairs.
How'd the rest of your day go?
It was nothing too special. What about you?
I can say the same. It felt like a drag.
Yeah, you just hate to have that happen. By the way, did you hear that Monica has something planned for all of us today?
No, nobody told me.
Yeah, take a look. Reaching into my jeans pocket to grab my flip phone, I flip it open and bring up mine and Monica's messages for her to read. A few seconds pass, which I assume were spent by Yuri reading the message, but I look over to her to see her typing something in my phone. What? What's she doing? It isn't long after when she gives me my still open phone back to me with a smile on her face. Did I read that? It isn't long after when she gives my still open phone back to me with a smile on her face. Okay, that's kind of a weird sentence. Looking at my phone, screen shows she's typed out "I love you" heart in the message box but didn't hit send. I can feel my face starting to burn up now. Closing my phone and putting it back in my pocket, I place my head on her left shoulder close to her breast. Oh, you. She does the cutest giggle in response. Giggles. I love you too, by the way. The rest of the walk is surrounded by a comfortable silence between us until we approach and enter the clubroom. The fourth comfortable silence in recent memory. As the both of us step in, we are greeted by the usual scene. The usual smell of this classroom still remains, and the poster that me and Yuri made for the festival is hung up above the chalkboard. A nice thing to come back to on our first day back at the club. It doesn't take long for Monica to look over and notice us. As she walks over to where we are, my mind starts racing on what she could possibly have planned for us.
Hi, you two.
She does that one pose in front of me that I'm starting to think is a trademark of hers now.
Looks like you're feeling a little better, right, Allie?
Left hand goes to the back of my head. Yeah, things are much better now.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
Now, didn't you say you had something planned for us today?
I did. I'm going to wait until we're all settled in to make an announcement.
I was kind of hoping she would tell me what we would be doing right now, but oh well, I can wait. Very well then. With that, she returns to normal and then walks away to her desk. It's probably to get whatever she has planned already. Or planned ready, rather. While I'm still feeling happy about how the day's going, I can't help but feel nervousness build up inside about what we'll have to participate in. I wonder if Yuri is feeling the same way. Before I get the chance to look over to see how she's doing, Yuri pops up seemingly out of nowhere with her orange bow again.
Yuri!
She walks up and gives Yuri a big hug, a surprise to both of us.
Huh.
After a few seconds of not responding, she eventually wraps her arms around Sayori's back, albeit reluctantly. Sayori breaks away from her and backs up to look at the both of us.
We really missed you two. I heard you weren't feeling so well, buddy.
I kinda hope Natsuki doesn't approach us like this. This is the second time today. That would be kinda weird. Yeah, but things are alright now.
Awesome! I bet Yuri was a big help.
I look over to Yuri and wrap my arm around her right arm. I don't care who's looking right now. She really has been.
Alright, I'll stop begging you two. I'm excited for you guys to see what I have planned for today.
I raise a curious eyebrow at her. I thought Monica was the one who had something planned. Maybe she helped her with it. She is vice president, after all. Once I break away from Yuri, my arms go behind my back. Me too. Wait, that didn't sound right. I bet Sayori feels as awkward as I do, as she flashes me a contrived smile and walks over to the desk that Monica's at. I'm not sure contrived. works in that context. Time to learn! Time to learn things! We're gonna go on the internet and look up what contrived says. Because, like, it's one of those words that I feel like I know the definition of, but, like, not well enough to just recite it off the top of my head. It's one of those words you're like, you know which context it works in, and when you hear it in the wrong context, you get, like, you kind of get a fishy idea. You're like, hey, Google, what does contrived mean? Deliberately created, rather than arising naturally or spontaneously. So I guess it can apply in something like this. She deliberately created this smile, but, yeah, I guess I just usually see it in reference to, like, other types of things. Looking a bit past Yuri and over the closet shows Natsuki sitting all by herself, reading her manga. She has this look on her face that almost looks like she doesn't want to be bothered. Which is all the time. That's her standard expression. Should I go over there and let her know what's going on? Maybe it's best if I don't. Not with that expression. A few seconds pass and I realize that me and Yuri haven't moved away from the clubroom door. Before I usher her to go over to her desk, Monica walking up to the chalkboard gets caught in my peripheral vision. I decide to give her my attention instead.
Okay, everyone. We're going to make today special, as Sayori and I have something planned for all of us to participate in today. Now, if I could ask all of you to gather around...
I'll get it. I don't know why I instinctively said that out loud. Everyone seems to look at me with anticipation now. Turning around, I open the door this close to me. Of all the people that could show up, it's Todd. I don't remember if I gave Todd a voice at all. He's the guy that was talking to Monica on the festival day. I wonder what he's here for. Oh, hey there, Hallie. His smooth and friendly tone of voice puts me a bit more at ease. Oh, hi, Todd. My left hand goes to the back of my head. May I speak to the president and vice president of your club? It's about important school matters. For once, someone actually told me what's going on. That's awesome. Yeah, sure. Give me a moment. Thanks, bud. Turning away from Todd, I walk over to approach Monica and place my arms behind my back. Todd would like to speak to you and Sayori about school stuffs. She raises a curious eyebrow, but then smiles for whatever reason. Next, she looks over to Sayori, and I can only assume gives her a look that says, come here. Sayori's eyelids bolt upwards, and then she smiles at her, like she gets what she's saying, and walks over to Monica. How people are able to communicate like that, I have no idea. That's something I could never pick up on. Facial expressions and even hand gestures have almost always been a mystery to me. There could be so many different meanings behind them. Once Sayori and Monica approach the clubroom door, they both leave the room but don't close the door all the way. The clubroom is now considerably more quiet. You mean quieter? Natsuki and Yuri haven't spoken a word ever since Todd interrupted us. I'm kinda curious as to what they could possibly be talking about out there. Deciding to keep quiet, I try my absolute best to listen to what they're saying out there.
So handsome. What do you need from us?
Well...
Monica, stop being silly and let him speak.
The deadline for the school paper is tomorrow, and I'm almost done with the article on how the festival went. Your club is the last one I have to interview, and I'd like to get your guys' preference on how your section of the paper will look. This should only take about 15 to 20 minutes.
It's always something, isn't it?
What was that?
It's nothing. We'll be right back. Okay, well, try not to feel bad. We can always do what we plan tomorrow. I suppose.
It doesn't take long for the clubroom door to open and for Monica to walk in. She doesn't look the happiest as she walks over to the teacher's desk to grab some stuff. Once she's done, she stops where she usually makes her announcements and looks in our direction.
What we have planned for today will have to wait another day. You three can have a free day for the rest of us, or for the rest of the day. Sayori and I will be back in a little while.
And just like that, Monica turns on her heel and exits the clubroom, leaving just the three of us. An eerie silence fills the clubroom after she shuts the door. Surprisingly enough, I'm not feeling disappointed at all over what she had to say. The less social interaction, the better, I suppose.